You're listening to My Grito Podcast Network, celebrating the culture of Chicanos and Latinos one story and voice at a time. Listen to more My Grito Podcast Network shows over at mygrito.net. Connect on social, on Instagram and Facebook at My Grito, the My Grito Podcast Network.
3, 2, 1. Mo.
Howdy.
What's going on, man?
Not much.
Thanks for coming out and doing this.
Of course, a pleasure.
Now, why didn't I know that you drove a bike? Or you said what did you say when I asked? I was like, is that a motorcycle out there?
Oh, yeah. Because it's soft tail.
And I was like, and a soft tail is what now?
I was like, oh, it's a Harley.
There we go. I didn't know what that was. So what's the correlation between like calling it a soft tail versus hardtail, even if there is a point to that?
I believe it's like the suspension, like even like it's called like a swing arm.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a soft tail. It has like a suspension, so when you hit a bump, you could bounce.
Oh, it's soft.
Opposed to it, yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
as opposed to a hardtail, you hit a bump, and you feel that in your spine.
Oh, shit. Well, you're a vegan-based. Do you cook vegan-based cuisine?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been doing that for?
I'd say about like 3 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Do you have like a culinary background or?
I wouldn't necessarily say like a super culinary background.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
That's fine.
honestly, it's super funny. Like my culinary background was probably cooking with my grandpa. Like,
Oh, okay.
on like Saturday mornings and
Right on.
like Sunday mornings. Like, that's like years of that, and then definitely got more into like veganism, and then even just exploring more like cuisine. Like, I just got exposed to so much cuisine, like Indian food, Thai food, like a lot more like Japanese food, and I realized that I really wanted to like do something with it.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I feel like I can't just like do this as like someone just like loves food. I was like, I feel like I gotta like make my bones. So I started working in restaurants.
Oh,
like
okay.
going hardcore just to like.
Really?
I had like a imposter syndrome. I was like, oh, they're gonna know I'm a phony.
They're gonna turn on this flat top, clean this flat top.
Yeah, so I was like, I need to go through it to really like call myself like a cook.
Oh, okay.
It's like the journey I've been for like the past like 3 years, pretty much.
Right.
Did they
on.
ever ask for like certification or anything?
Just like food handlers.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much.
That's it,
Dude, I think we're so much in I mean, come on, Amber, you can attest to this. It's so much.
Don't throw me under the bus.
No, I know, but I'm saying like we are in a service industry deficit right now as far as like employees. So people are looking for cooks.
Mm-hmm.
People are looking for at least a little bit of experience close to having a food certification, right?
I hire people and I'm like, all right, can you talk? Can you say hi? All
No.
right, you're hired.
There's more of an extensive
I'm kidding.
hiring process than that. But I mean, that's just how it is right now.
I mean, honestly, the first restaurant that I really like started cooking at, I was just like riding my bike by and I saw like Help Wanted at like a sushi spot, and I was like, I prefer not to like work at a sushi spot, but it is what it is. So I just walked in. I was like, I'm trying to talk to the owner, but like the job.
Yeah.
I said, no, I'm right here. He's like, oh, what have you done? And I was like, I was a dishwasher at Disneyland once. And he's like, and I love to cook. And he's like, you're hired. No food handlers, no nothing. He's like,
Oh my
damn.
God.
He's like, good.
No social security card, no number, nothing like
He's like,
that.
I like your spunk, kid. Like,
That's awesome, dude. How long have you been? So, are you still like in working at different restaurant spots now?
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Definitely.
Right
I
on.
had I went through like a couple like the sushi restaurant. I was there for a little while.
Oh, that's cool.
And I left that, and I was like, man, I don't even know if I want to work in like a restaurant after that. Like, cause
Really?
just because it's when you work for like certain small businesses, like they're really like, I won't say they abuse you, but like they definitely they utilize you with like minimum pay. Like
There you go.
like There were like probably Monday through Wednesday. It was just me, like all cooking in the back. Like I was dishwasher, prepper, like everything. Like I had to do it all.
You're resourceful.
So that's what it made me. So I'm like,
okay,
I was like, okay, I can handle something like this. It gave me confidence, honestly.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I was like, I'm gonna take a break from that. I was like, I'm gonna focus on the pop up a little bit more. And then I was like, I still feel like I need to be more hardcore.
Yeah.
And I had been applying to cooking jobs like all over, and like Cheesecake Factory randomly hit me up.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, oh yeah, they were like really good pay. And I was like, okay. I was like, for sure. Pulled up, and like the rest was history. I feel like that spot made me like a little cutthroat cook. Like
really,
they put you through it. Like it's like if you go to Cheesecake, people like it's one of those jobs where it's like you see like the old Mexican guy that's just been there for like years, just like handling shit like nothing. You're like, all right, this is a cook. Like you can, like you come there and like you don't know like what you're doing. He's like, send this guy home.
Oh, really? He's one of those guys.
Yeah, like the brunch guy. Oh my god! Like I always like talk like horror stories about him.
This
like,
is Moe's tell all, ladies and gentlemen.
Literally,
The Cheesecake Factory.
the worst part is like it's comical, but like he really like told me like one day like it was like a brunch service and we had like a full screen like your screen just gets like full of tickets.
Yeah,
and we had like a screen where like you had to scroll to see the bottom. Like so we were like full of freaking tickets and like. We were handling it. I felt like I was kicking ass. I took a moment to like, I sweat easy, you know what I mean? Like, this is what it is.
Yeah. So
I went over to like wipe my sweat and he's like, no. He's like, no sweating on the light. He's like, get the fuck over here. I was like, dude. I was like,
let me breathe.
I was like, ooh. I was so tempted to like walk out. I was like, you're not about to tell me like, I can't wipe my sweat on the line. He's like, no sweating on the line.
Damn.
And it's like a thing. Like a bunch of my friends know, they're just like, no sweating on the line. They're like, no laughing on the line. Yeah.
But that high volume, dude, that high volume really gets you through like experience. Like if you work at, or if you experience high volume in a short amount of time, like that prepares you for anything. I think just anything that, you know, a restaurant will throw at you. Back of the house and front of the house too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like the restaurants that I work at now, like it's, like, it gets to the point where you're like, oh, I really don't have much to do. As opposed to there, it's like nonstop.
Nonstop,
like,
right?
Nonstop.
Yeah.
So it definitely gets you prepared.
So from your experience, what have you taken from like going to working those, you know, sushi restaurant and Cheesecake Factory, high volume stuff? Like, what did you take from there for your pop-up?
I would say like from the sushi restaurant, definitely like know your worth, and that like,
oh, okay,
and I can like that I can handle it when shit hits the fan.
Yeah,
I'm the only one there. And then from Cheesecake, honestly, it was one of the managers there were like, they were really good. I'm not gonna lie, there were some there's some characters.
Oh yeah, yeah, but, dude, you have to have there. I always say this, there's some gene, there's something like in you that you have to work in a restaurant or work in the food and beverage industry. Mm-hmm. There's something, you have to have it.
Yeah, most certainly.
Right?
They definitely have it. But this one manager, his name was Carl. And like I take it with me every single day. Like anytime anything gets crazy, like we would have like a full screen like that on like a dinner service. So it'd be like me and one of the other guys, we'd be handling, start to freak out a little bit, got a full screen. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
It's getting crazy. They're like, where's the food? I'm like, it's working. And like if shit got too crazy, some of them would like come back and just help us. And like Carl, he would always come back and be like, you breathing? And I'm like, no. I'm just flying. I'm like all over the place. He's like, breathe. He's like, it's just food. He's like, take a breath. He's like, let's handle it.
That's it.
And like, just that second, that moment of like stop. Like,
yeah,
you get like when you're going through it, like
you're going through it.
Yeah. So it's nice to have someone that will like just be like, chill. You got it.
Chill out.
And
it's
like,
just food.
I always exactly.
Yeah.
And I always pass that through. Like even the other restaurants that I work at now, like anytime they're like, oh shit, like it's getting crazy. I'm like, let's breathe. I was like, I'd rather make it beautiful than wait like 2 more minutes than for us to rush it and like make this shit with bad intent. Like,
Yeah.
But I think at the moment it's like you see, because I've experienced like high volume, working, and where we have 3-hour lines out the door, and and I think at the moment it's like you feel like you're like drowning, like it's never gonna stop. Like
Literally,
you're just like, why are these people still coming? Why are they still here? Like you're so grateful, right, that you're working, but you're just like, stay home. Like I remember we had our first year of business. We had this poor kid. I still remember him. He came in, and first of all, he came in like moccasins, right? And I was like, we didn't ask you for that, but all right.
He had a food handler's card, though.
He did have a food handler's, but we were super swamped. I would have sent him home at any other time, but that day I was like, okay, I need you. Like, just don't fucking move. Just stand there and like fry churros. And he was like going and going and going and going. It literally was his first day. And then he asked, he's like, hey, can I go to the restroom? And I was like, yeah, sure. So he goes to the restroom. That fool never came back. He left through the back door and never came back.
It happens.
Oh, God, pobrecito.
That was literally some cheesecake shit. Like they had someone work like a Saturday, and they were just like, even with other people, are like, why wouldn't you have them work a Saturday?
Yeah.
And literally, they got like so flustered because like it's the brunch time, so like it's crunch time. Like shit gets crazy. It's those 3-hour lines like out the door. Like people are waiting. They're like, I will wait 4 hours for these fucking pancakes. Like people are crazy.
They're ruthless, dude.
Yeah, they're ruthless. For
It's
cheesecake.
ruthless, dude.
Yeah, no room. Like they go at it. So yeah, like they just had you could tell like they were there just like freaking out. They didn't know what to do, and then like the manager was just like, yo, just like go to the back, like get out of here. And like I remember I went back, talked to them, like I was like, yeah, you good? They're like this is like everybody's crazy, and I'm like, yeah,
pretty much.
I'm like, yeah, like they're like, yeah, like this. I was like, I don't know if I could do this. I was like, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Went back, didn't see him again.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's crazy.
I mean, it takes like an experienced, I guess, manager, you say, like in food and beverage, to know when to just not take it easy, but just say it's just food. And that's what I used to tell my staff. It's just hot dogs and it's just beer. That's it. That's what we sell. We're not doing brain surgery. We're not. Nobody's dying here. No, like we're not paramedics. We're not police officers. We're food and beverage people. We're crazy, but we're food and beverage people. Yep. And your manager or your dude at the Cheesecake Factory. It's just like sometimes your staff needs to hear that. You know what I mean? Like when they're going through it, or like when we would have lines and chill, I'd be like, just chill out. What? We have 20 corn dogs that we need to get out, but there's going to be 20 more. So there's going to be 40 more. There's going to be lines. That's just how it is. That's just the flow of the business, Mm-hmm. But what have you taken from like those experiences to your pop-up? Pretty much that, right? What do you think?
Like that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I'm like definitely I have a good radar now, like where I'm like, if I'm not like really cooking with like love anymore, I'm like, I was like, my heart's not in like where I'm working at, and I'm like, I need to be out of there.
Yeah.
I had like straight up left because I had like a little breakdown. Like
really?
Yeah, because it wasn't even like a fat like a heavy night.
Yeah.
It was literally me like on my station, and I was handling it, and I just felt like trapped. I was like, I think it's time for me to just like go full ham on like the business. And I was like, cause here it's like, it's not it. I was like, everybody's crazy. And I was like, it eventually does get to you.
Yeah.
Like as much as you want to help, people are just crazy.
But I think the cool thing too about being like an entrepreneur is like there's stress but it's your stress. Like it's a different type of stress. You know what I mean?
Most certainly.
Yeah. It's like you're not stressing for somebody else. You're stressing for yourself.
Exactly. It's always like the pick your hard, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Everything's going to be hard regardless. Like
exactly.
Pick what you want it to be hard.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Hey, you're picking your battles. You're choosing what to give a fuck about,
exactly.
and it's your business.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been doing your cuisine for?
I would say about like 2.5 years.
Oh, okay.
So. Like, yeah,
That's rad, dude.
It's racking up slowly. Yeah, because it had started as like something else before. Like I did a pop up before, but it was definitely a little scattered of a concept.
Okay. What was the concept?
It was I had like just gotten into like Indian food.
Oh, okay.
And like getting like I wouldn't say like perfecting making like some of the dishes, but
yeah,
like something I was really proud of. And there was this
over a little bit.
There was this yellow Thai curry that I would always make, and that was like something I sold. So I sold like a yellow Thai curry with these like fried tofus and pulled pork jackfruit sandwich. And it was those are the 2 items that I sold. Definitely it was a interesting concept.
Really?
Like that was all we offered. Like that was it. Like 2 items.
2 items?
2 items and then cookies.
Well, you're able to crank with 2 items, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we sold out. We would sell out like nothing.
Yeah.
It was nice. So
have you always been vegan?
No, definitely not.
No.
Yeah, it was like a gradual change.
Yeah.
Until like like that like moment where like, oh shit, like all right, I can't do this anymore.
The Mind Buzz is powered by Mind Buzz Media. Mind Buzz Media is an on-site video and audio podcast production company. Have you ever thought about starting your own video and audio podcast? Or do you have an existing podcast that you want to take to the next level? Mind Buzz Media brings a professional podcast studio to you. Visit mindbuzz.org for more. Oh, like you can't do like what do you mean?
Meat, like
Oh, okay.
yeah. It was straight up like I was slowly transitioning, slowly like but surely, and then I do ceremonies a lot with like mushrooms, and there was just this one like I had eaten meat like earlier in the day, and I had the ceremony after, and it's like I was allowed to like go to this like really beautiful place for a second, and they were like, "You've seen it, but you can't come back here until you cut this out of like your diet. Like you really need to like it's more so about like what I'm eating, like what the energy that gets put into it, and a lot of the meat and like the meat industry, like it's just getting more aware of like what goes down in the meat industry.
Yeah,
and it's like you can't like hide it from yourself anymore. Like that's it's like I was just like running from like I was like literally like Farmer John is like the fucking devil. So I was like, yeah, it was just one of those things like you're putting this in your body,
right?
And it's like you don't deserve to like feel this like relief until you've like cut something out that like doesn't give you any good. Like you're just eating all this like horrible energy. Like some of these like animals were like terrified like when they died. Like
yeah.
So it's just like it was just getting into the idea that like whatever you're consuming has like energy, and like whatever was made with it like has energy, and that industry just doesn't have any love with it. So
right.
Yeah, it was a heavy it was a heavy like realization.
That sounds like a heavy
yeah
trip, dude.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, like I was like I'll like cut it out.
Yeah,
I try to just be as ethical as possible. Like I do like eat like eggs.
Okay.
But I got to get it from like farmers like all over like Hacienda Heights. I have like a Connect. I have a duck egg Connect.
Really?
And it's cool. I'm like, cause they're just like, yeah, we just play with our duck and then just pops out an egg. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's really ethical. Like they're treating the animal with like love, and it's like, it just pops out an egg, whether it likes it or not. It's just
we gotta do some investigation on our
egg farm behind our house.
Our egg farm over here by the studio. There's 2 actually right here down the street.
They look pretty nice.
Yeah, but
we can't see the inside.
Yeah, but they crank them out, dude. I think that's the only thing. You know what I mean? Like how much agriculture, how much room, is used to house those chickens.
They're cranking out,
If they're cranking out a lot.
On their kind of like their slogan, it does say it like antibiotic free and all these like free range and all these things. But I mean, again, we don't know. We can't see it.
Yeah, and there's these tricks too, right? That the FDA, there's like, in order, maybe we can pull this up. Like a cage free is like maybe like 2 feet. I don't know. I'm gonna butcher it.
Some weird. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
You know
about.
what I mean?
And they could still be housed like with no sunlight, never experiencing sunlight.
Yeah, but that's
cage free.
Cage free, exactly. Yeah. Something with behind cage free, something like that.
Yeah,
You pulled it up. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
This law requires that covered animals be housed in a confinement systems that comply with specific minimum standards for freedom of movement, cage-free design, and minimum floor space, and identifies covered animals to include veal, calves, breeding pigs, and egg-laying hens as specified. But we want to look for like the specific.
Yeah, I don't see the specs. I'll look for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some they're weasels.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, they made the law, and they're like, oh yeah, now we can regulate. It's cage free.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, this is cage free.
Yeah.
So where
Just
did
sleight of hand.
your idea of like el hongo, right? El hongo is the mushroom
Mm-hmm.
in English.
Yeah, the mushroom. It was definitely going on like a culinary adventure with like my partner. I feel like they definitely like changed the game for me.
Yeah.
They definitely like really loved like mushrooms, and they had like shown me like other ones like oyster mushrooms and even like king oyster mushrooms. And I was like, wow, like all I really thought was like portobellos and like white mushrooms. And like,
Right.
it was like pretty nasty. And I'm like, I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
And then after like trying these other ones, like it just changed the game for me.
Oyster mushrooms are really good. There's this place called Smoke and Fire that has. I mean, they're not an all vegan place, but they do a chicken, quote unquote chicken sandwich with oyster mushroom. It's fucking huge. It's a big ass mushroom.
Oh damn!
Yeah,
So
they
use a
use
chunk.
Yeah, they use the cap, the stem. It looks like the whole fucking root of the mushroom, but it looks cool, dude.
Now you can. Oh man, you can make it delicious, like chicken and waffles with it. They're probably like
Oyster?
Oyster. Like
Okay.
Blue oyster or pearl, probably like blue oyster specifically. Like those are like maybe even like brown, but like blue oysters are like so meaty. Like when you really like cook them right, like press them, sear them, like season them up, you could really get them like almost identical to meat.
So with your menu, they're all mushrooms.
Mm-hmm. Everything is complete.
Everything is completely made out of mushrooms,
except for the bread and tortillas.
Yeah.
But
Um,
everything's all mushrooms. I have I got like the classic like OG oyster,
mhm.
and that's like my version of just like asada.
Oh, there's a blue. That's a blue one. Okay.
Yeah, they are beautiful.
Look up the oyster. Oh, that was blue oyster. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
Right?
there's blue, pearl, yellow, pink.
Oh, there's different colors.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah, the pink. Oh yeah, so you can see it in the top search bar. I'll just scroll up.
Oh, right here.
Oh yeah, see how it says like pink, yellow. Yeah,
Wow.
they're really beautiful. Like the pink ones. Yeah, see, look at that vibrant pink.
Do
one on the
these
right.
grow around here, like locally, or?
No, you'll usually find like I would say like I think they're called like Italian oysters or just like the pearl blue, just like whatever Mother Nature turns out. But they're usually on like the browner side.
Wow, these are nice.
And are these all? If you know, are they all from the same spores, or they have different spores?
Yeah,
like
they
the
have
different color.
Yeah, they have different colors.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes some of them actually.
So the different colors are specified by their certain spore.
Honestly, I'm not even too
Yeah.
sure about that. That's getting into the science of it.
Yeah.
It's like, why is this flower purple
Yeah.
and this one green?
Oh, that looks like, is that chicken? No, huh?
That's oyster mushrooms. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
You can make a delicious like chicken and waffles. Like that's my favorite.
That looks amazing.
Wow, that looks great.
It is delicious. That's definitely like my favorite, like meaty one.
Yeah.
If I'm feeling meaty, that's the one.
Yeah, dude.
And then also like lion's mane. That's like the one we make our pulled pork out of.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I used to have it like before it was a pulled pork sandwich. It was the tri-tip. So I made tri-tip out of it, or like a.
How did your event go yesterday? Sorry, we missed it.
Oh, I didn't. We didn't end up doing it after.
Oh,
all.
really?
Yeah, because I was like getting over like being sick, and I was like, I don't even have time to be like really prepared for it. I always tell people like if I can't do it like 100%, and I was like I don't even like to.
Okay.
Like to do it.
No, that's
Like,
good.
I don't like to half-ass stuff. If I.
No, I get it. I get it. Okay.
Oh, I see how this one's like, it almost would emulate like shredded beef, right? Or like shredded something.
Yeah,
Mm.
I make them into like steaks, and then I like shred them by
Oh,
hand,
nice.
and then like cook it again. I gotta. That one is made with a
Oh,
lot of
shit.
love.
Lion's
Really?
mane steak.
Oh yeah, see.
Damn.
All right, guys. Welcome
That's
to the
the
Wicked
man.
Kitchen. Today,
This is the man
super
right here?
excited.
Oh,
I'm going
yeah.
to show
Yeah?
you how to make these amazing
Derek
lion's mane steaks.
Serrano, I think, or I forgot his name.
Blow away anybody.
Yeah, I follow him on Instagram. He's a
What?
legend.
This is amazing lion's mane steaks. Stay tuned.
Wow.
Derek Sarno, yeah, there you go.
Finally, I'm so excited
Yeah.
to show how
That
to
guy's a
make
G.
Brain boosting barbecue.
He's an amazing freaking cook. Like I
That's-
recommend following him on Instagram, like
Yeah.
for a lot of vegan stuff. He's got you. Mushrooms specifically.
on there.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh yeah.
Seasoning's really sticking.
Man, that
I'm
looks
gonna
great.
do it again, because they're really thick right now. If I want to get it thinner, it's all up to you how thick or thin you want to do it.
So, but how long? Like, I like timelines. Like, how long ago did you get the idea of like, you know what? I'm gonna give up dairy. I'm gonna give up eggs, or I'm gonna give up chicken specifically.
It was like all like during like that time of that ceremony.
Really?
Yeah.
Like you-
I had already given up dairy.
Oh,
Dairy was
okay.
pretty easy to give up,
Mhm.
just because like that one was like even more brutal. Like the dairy industry is like just as bad, if not worse, of like as like the meat industry. Like so, it was more
Gotcha.
so just coming into that awareness that you can't really like shake anymore.
Mm.
It's more so like just battling yourself. You're like, it's like, well, it's like what is it, like the Matrix, where he's like, this tastes so fucking. He's like, might be fake, but it tastes
Yeah,
so
yeah.
fucking good. I'm like,
Right.
that's what I would have been in. I'm like, it's like I have to at least put like some intention of what I'm doing,
Yeah.
and I just slowly weaned off.
Yeah. Especially like, because I've been off and on vegan, or vegetarian for years, dude. Since like, I'm 32 now. I first fell into like the whole vegan thing like at like maybe like 17, 18 years old.
Damn.
But that's like off and on, dude. That's like, okay, I'm vegan for like a year. Like, or I'll go on a
That's
plant-based.
hardcore for like.
Yeah, for a couple of years, and then I'll fall off, and then I'll get fucking fat as fuck, and then I'll stop and be like, you know what? I need to fix my clean eating, dude.
Mhm.
And I
It's
would
all
go
a
back and
balance.
do it. Yeah. But like, what really got me was really doing my homework in, like you said, like the industry of how factory farming and the agriculture and how it's fucking up the planet and
Mhm.
all that stuff.
It's hardcore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we played it before, dude. Amber, when we were talking about when we were talking to Ramos about Earthlings, have you seen that?
I feel like I've
Joaquin Phoenix?
heard about the documentary, but I haven't seen it.
It's crazy, dude.
Yeah, damn.
It-
You're like the fifth person to recommend it.
Really?
So now I'm like, okay, I have to like, I'm like, okay, it's got to go down now.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that one's crazy. And then Cowspiracy. Have you heard?
I haven't heard of that one.
Have you heard of that one?
Mhm.
See if we can pull up it. That one goes really intense too.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that one. But I think that one's more along like, so Earthlings is more, actually it pulls from all the different. So it goes into like leather and like clothing, fashion, the food, the environment. Like it pulls out everything. But Cowspiracy is it mostly talks about the factory farming and
I'm like,
all
am I
that.
gonna see something sad? I don't
Oh
know.
yeah,
Earthlings, yeah, Earthlings. You'll see something sad. Cowspiracy is like real shit, literally.
That
Do you
will
think
rock
there
and inspire.
should be
That's
any
right.
concern of us making this documentary?
If you don't realize right now that you're putting your neck on the chopping block, you better take that camera and throw it away.
Let's look at the fundamental problem here.
They're looking to maximize
Oh, shit,
the number of
Michael
people making
Owen.
content.
Michael Pollan is badass. dude.
Damn, I was like,
No one wants to talk about it.
There's suppression and mismanagement of information everywhere it abounds.
It starts at the local level, but then it goes all the way to Congress.
Yeah, he goes to all these different companies, and they don't even want to talk to him about it.
They can dictate the federal policies because they have so much political power.
And one of the largest industries on the planet with the biggest environmental impact, trying to keep us in the dark about how it's operating.
That's the one thing no one talks about. Everybody goes around that.
A lot of people just keep their mouths shut because they don't want to be the next one with a bullet to their head.
I don't know that I would want to comment on that.
That's all he was getting to. Like throughout the whole film, like he's like, "Oh, like I emailed this company, and then they emailed me back." And yeah, it's a trip. It's crazy.
it's like the military-industrial complex. Like it's a thing. You mess with it, and like,
And what
people
is that?
have money in it.
What is that?
The military-industrial complex.
What's that?
Like how we just supply like the weapons on both sides
Oh,
of
yeah.
the wars and everything, just like for endless feeding. Like,
Yeah.
Same thing with meat. We like hype it up or like make it the focus when like it's not supposed to. It's only supposed to be like 25% of your plate. Like the rest is supposed to be like fruits and vegetables, like
Right.
even like nuts and seeds. Like you're supposed to eat a lot more diverse than
Just
straight like
meat and dairy.
Yeah, because I mean, I even look back to what I used to eat, and it was just like everything was just bread and meat, or like meat and cheese.
Yeah.
Everything.
That's like it's weird because they even said this in the documentary, dude, is that our diet is so it has to do with our culture, like American culture. It's so like meat and dairy and just the farming and everything that comes with eating, beef and chicken and pork and all that. It's ingrained into American culture.
Most certainly.
And when you tell people don't do something, like you're fucking up with their culture, you're messing with their identity too.
Yeah, no, that's true. It's something even like hard to break out of. Like,
absolutely.
Yeah, because I always try to like help out like my uncle, and he's always one of those guys who's like, I don't want that fucking rabbit food. He's like, I'm like, dude, how is your cold? And like,
You're like, is your stool normal?
Are you
right?
I'm concerned. I'm like,
But-
at least my grandparents are down to like.
Oh, yeah?
They try. Yeah, they try a lot more.
Oh, that's good.
But he's like the only
That's
one
cool.
that's like, he's like, oh, like I don't eat that. Like,
Yeah.
I always
Okay,
say
buddy.
the story of my dad. A few years ago, we were at a competition for my niece, and he was getting hungry, and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna just walk out there in Anaheim, and he's like, I'm gonna walk down the street and I'm gonna look for something to eat. So we're like, okay. So then he texts us. We have a family group chat, and he texts us, and he's like, hey, I found this burger place that has like a chili cheeseburger. It's so good. Like whenever you guys are done there, come and meet me to have lunch. And we're like, okay, cool. So he pins it to us, and then I like see it, and right away I was like, oh, this place has been on my list. It's like a vegan place. And I was like, I'm not gonna say shit. So I get there, and he's like, yeah, try this burger and this one. And he's like, I already had like 2 things off the menu, and it's so good. And then I was like, Dad, you know it's vegan? And he's like, no, it's not. And I was like, Dad, it says right there, like, vegan. And he was like, fuck, I didn't even notice. Like, and he just says, he's like, I didn't notice. If no one would have told me, like, I didn't know. I ate it, and it was delicious. And I think that, like, a lot of times, like, Latino culture, like, for us, like, at the shop, we have a lot of vegan items. And I'll tell people, like, oh, yeah, do you want this one? You know, it's vegan. And they're like, oh, no. I want the fat. I want the real stuff. I want that. And I'm like, dude, you haven't even fucking tried it. Like, it's probably even better than, like, the regular stuff.
Yeah.
True.
And then, too, like, if they want all the fat and sugar, you know, sometimes some vegan stuff isn't.
It's not all healthy.
It's not all healthy.
This is processed.
Yeah. I mean, some of it, right? Yeah. But like I was saying, like, there's, like, how, I don't know if you want to talk about this, but, like, how, because I've been out of the scene for a very long time, especially, like, with vegan, like, the vegan community. I think what I seen, like, it became, like, polarized. Of course, like, everything, like, in 2020 with Donald Trump and, like, Democrats and Republicans and stuff, like, is that still how it is now? Because you had your environmental vegans, you had your foodie vegans, you had your Republican vegan, you know what I mean? Like, they're just became so, like, black and white and polarized. Like, oh, I'm with this group, I'm with this vegan, I'm with this type of vegan. Is it the same thing now?
No, honestly, I don't think it.
Or you don't even care, like it.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that there's quite a few, like, communities that have, like, built themselves where I don't think that even phases them. Like, like, a lot of the, like, vegan playground, like, those people, like, those are a lot of people that have been in, like, the game for a while, and I think just it appeals to everybody. Like, the fact that they're all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? Like, the Plant Lab.
Okay.
That one's like probably, like, one of my favorites. And I found them in, like, Highland Park. I was, like, playing a show in Highland Park. And I was like, holy shit, there's vegan food right here. I found, like, them in Rebel Mac and Cheese.
Oh, okay.
And, like, and then I found them again at Vegan Exchange. I was like, holy shit. I was like, you guys are everywhere. You guys are.
You know who used to be in Highland Park? I don't know if they're still over there now. Plant Food for People. Have you heard them?
Mm-mm.
They were like a jackfruit taco.
They were like a truck, right?
No, they're a trailer. They didn't have a truck. They had a food trailer, and we had them do some of our festivals that I used to manage. Yeah. And they used to park right there, like, down the street on York Boulevard, down the street from Donut Friend. They used to have a spot there, like, all the time. I don't know if they still do it. I think Vegan Hooligans, they know each other. I think they're, like, family or whatever.
Those are the homie too.
Oh yeah,
yeah. He always eats at the restaurant that I work at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, him and the like, my head chef, like, they're really, like, good homies.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay. And you said when you played, you play an instrument? You're in a band, man?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we haven't been, like, practicing as much this year.
But
yeah, like, last year we played quite a few shows. Yeah.
What do you play?
I play bass.
Nice. Stand-up bass or electric?
Electric.
Yeah.
But I have a stand-up.
You have a stand-up?
Oh yeah.
Damn, those are cool, beautiful.
Dude. It is such a warm instrument.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh yeah.
What do you usually play on it?
For the stand-up, like,
just
straight jazz.
Oh, jazz.
Oh yeah. That's, like,
dang, dude.
That's my favorite for, like, the stand-up bass. Like, oh man. Like, there's this one, like, really beautiful song that I had, like, learned on it called, like, Trying Times by Roberta Flack. And, like, oh man, like, even that's not as much, like, jazzy, but it is still, like, pretty jazzy. It's that, like, jazz soul crossover that, like, everything that was going down in, like, the 60s. Yeah, I would say, like, about the 60s. And that's my sweet spot for a lot of music.
What's your band called?
It's the Homegirls band, Fake Jazz.
Okay, what is it called?
Fake Jazz.
Fake Jazz.
Yeah.
Do you have anything on that we can look up?
Oh hell yeah! We got the Spotify's. I don't know if it's on YouTube, but
Can I look for it? Or?
yeah, definitely try. Check out like
What would it be?
maybe Shintaro, like a Fake Jazz, and then Shintaro.
Fake Jazz. That's the name of the band.
And then and then SHINT. Shintaro, yeah, the first one. Let's see if it pops up. Oh, there we are. Yeah.
This one? Can I do this one? Or you want to do the first one?
Yeah, I'll do that. I don't know if I'm
in that one.
Am I in that one? Check it. Let's check it out. This is 10 minutes ago. I don't even know.
Wow, that sounds really good.
Got the organ, dude. Yeah.
Wow, the homegirl.
I can vibe with this. I can vibe with Fake Jazz.
This sounds really good.
Yeah, dude.
I had known like the lead singer Lily. I'd known her for like quite a few years, like before we had like worked together. But she was one of those like artists that I had just like loved like forever.
Really?
She was in like another band before called Teodoro. And oh man, they were like I don't even know. They were.
Oh, she plays guitar and sings.
And sings. Yeah, she's incredibly talented.
Damn, dude.
So is everyone in the band like Latinos, or it's a mixture?
I think. Oh yeah, I am right there.
There he is.
No shit.
Oh, that's cool with the projection in the back.
Yeah, those are the homies. Oh, I miss them.
That's cool.
Shout out Lily. Shout out Keeney. Shout out Jason. I miss you guys.
That's really cool.
That's sweet.
I feel like I play bass like the 60s guys, like English rock guys. Like I'm like, man, I can't I just don't look cool. So I'm just out there vibing. Look like fucking Jaco Pastorius, where he's just is what it is.
So Angie from the McCharmleys, dude, she actually she was like, you know what, you should hit up y'all like mushrooms, you should hit up my buddy Mo, dude. Yeah, so shout out to Angie for connecting us, man.
Hell yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Damn. I had a shirt from them, the Lost Cat shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh man, once I get the new bike, I was like, I'm gonna do a freaking photo shoot for them and this shit. And then like the shirt got like stained on the collar, and I was like, I was like, why did I wear it so much? It's such a badass shirt.
Damn.
But I need to hit him up. What up, Angie? Like, let me get another shirt. I'm modeling it for you. I got the bike.
I got the bike ready. I got everything.
Trying to look cute in the shirt for you guys.
That's awesome. So did you meet her through the like playing in bands?
No, I met her through my partner Aixa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, super cool, dude. Yeah, so Andrew's super cool.
She's a shit.
Yeah.
She's really talented.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, I talked about this like on the past couple of episodes, but yeah, like when it was something just about like the tone of like their whole vibe of the McCharmleys, just like not necessarily just Angie, but just like them, their synergy of like them together playing with the 5-piece harmony, and I'm just like, what the fuck? It's crazy. Yeah, it's there, so dude. Yeah.
They had played at a Friendsgiving. That was like where I first got to see him play.
Oh, really? At a Friendsgiving?
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's one of the homies' Piñata studio.
Really?
Yeah. Shout out La Piñata studio. It's probably like relatively close to here.
Is it really?
It's in like West Covina.
La Piñata studio.
Yeah. So if you guys ever need like dope ass custom piñatas, like,
really?
Oh my gosh, she made a freaking piñata for 2 Chainz.
Did she really?
Yeah.
Can we look that up, please?
Look up like 2 Chainz pug piñata. I think it's like yeah, like the homegirl Sin. Yeah, she's a legend.
That's awesome, and she just does like custom orders, like whatever.
Yeah, like
whatever.
A lot of people hit her up, and she's incredibly talented. Yeah, like
doing something for
art
2
pieces.
Chainz. That's crazy.
She does like these huge art pieces too, and I'm like, oh man, takes it to a whole nother level. It's an art. Like you gotta love it. You gotta like.
Yeah.
Out of respect for the people that push it.
Yeah, dude. And
yep, there it is.
Oh shit, that's cool.
There's a video. Viceland did a video of it.
Yeah.
100K piñata. That's fucking awesome.
Dang, good for her. Wait, 100K or said 1K?
That shit's worth more than 1K.
1K.
1K. You said 100K.
I did?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
This is a piñata.
This is a piñata, yeah. I am a 3rd generation piñata maker. So we went ahead and custom made Chappie.
Is that your homie?
Like
yeah.
So
yeah?
This is a
the homie Sin.
I had no idea I was about to run into this. So tell me more about the piñata business.
It kind of started off like me just trying to help grow this art form and be recognized as artists. I'm going to showcase our work and make this something that people remember.
Well, so far, so good. You definitely got on our radar. It looks like the hard work definitely paid off. Tell me, like, some of the price ranges of some of the piñatas you do. I mean, you know, this is most expensive, so.
True.
That's right.
Well, the thing about it is that it started being sold for very, very, very low price points. It's not a very respected art form.
I got you.
It's like a slave labor trade.
Like what?
So,
like give me
Whoa.
$10 for these.
$10 for something like this, probably like $60.
What?
$60?
We started putting more.
She said back in the
into
day
it to go ahead and like elevate the art form.
Definitely.
And we started focusing more on quality. And that's when we started raising our price. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to survive.
Back in the days, if they were $60, I'd probably want me about 10 of them. But now, how much are these?
Starting price of $300 and up to over $1,000.
That's a lot for a piñata, eh?
Yeah. This piece right here is $1,000.
$1,000 for a piñata.
Yeah.
Something you finna just whack upside the head.
Oh yeah, but it's an experience that we sell. Nothing in this life lasts forever. So what we make, we put a lot of love and energy into it. Through the creation of it, you learn patience. And through the destruction of it, it's like learning about like release.
That's such a cool little video.
I wanted to see 2 Chainz Theo on top of his house swinging that thing.
Get behind you.
Oh shit.
I love how they made this thing so epic.
They had to.
Feel it?
Is there anything in it?
There's some treats in there for Chappie.
There it is.
Almost.
Come on back.
Ay, como si.
Where ahead it? Oh, this shit done bent.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that shit's deep. Quality.
My mom never let us get piñatas of like characters or anything that emulated like real life because she said it was like brutal of us to go and crack it. So I could never have like I don't know, a Hello Kitty body.
What about like a
piñata.
Disney princess? No,
never.
What?
It was always, it had to be like on a star, and then it had to be like, you know, like the plates that would come and stuff like that. Because she was like, no, I'm not gonna let you guys whack a look-alike. I was like,
No Blue's Clues.
no Blue's Clues.
No, okay. So she said something that was pretty interesting, and I feel like for like small businesses, and I don't know if this happens to you, but like when he asks like, why is it so expensive? Like, you know, and people don't understand like the labor of love that goes behind things, and how much effort you put in. Yeah, you see, let's say like for you, maybe a taco, and you know, have you had anyone ever ask you like, why is your stuff expensive, or why does it cost that, or anything like that?
Actually, surprisingly, no. But that's like because like part of my mission is like to make it like really really affordable. Because my thing is like an issue that I would have like with some vegan food is like it was really expensive.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn. I was like, I can't afford like a $16 sandwich and try something else. I'm like, kind of screwed over with that. So that was like something I really wanted to eliminate. I wanted the buy-in to be really cheap for you to like try it. So you can't be like, oh, like vegan food's too expensive. I'm like, my shit's $2 to try it. And I'm like, that's how much a taco is on the side of the street, if not more.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll even go to $3 for a taco. Like, so that was my mission. Like, I really wanted it to be like attainable for like the anyday person. They could be, so they're not like, oh, like it's too expensive. I'm like, it's $2. So I was like,
yeah,
try one. And like, sure enough, like a lot of people are just like, like, oh, they're like, I'll try. And we have we had a lot of like walk by traffic, like foot traffic. That's how like honestly like a lot of our sales had come for some events.
Really?
Like when we set up in like Long Beach in front of a Culture Shrooms, shout out Culture Shrooms. Like we had like people there for an event. They were all buying from us, but then like I would say about half of the money I made was all from people just walking by.
Dang.
Like the barbershop right next to us specifically, like that guy was like, oh, like he's like let me try 2 of those. I'm like, all right. I was like, I got you. And he's like, he came back like so quick. He's like, man, that was fucking delicious. He's like, give me 10 of them. I was like, oh shit. And like the whole night he was like buying tacos.
Yeah.
For like him and like his homies in the barbershop. I was like, dude, like that's what's up. Like, and that was like a customer we had set up there again. Like, sure enough, he came back up. He's like, man, I missed you guys. And I was like, oh. That like makes my heart like happy. Like,
yeah, dude.
Like I just really want it to be like even something like you could like pick out on a little bit. Like you could eat like a solid amount. Like it just feels like home. Like tacos is like, you know.
Yeah, it's that comfort food, especially like in Mexican American culture. Like
exactly
taco, dude. That's the go-to all the time.
Yo,
you party taco. You're drunk a little bit taco.
Tacos, right away. So. I had to do it. And then, even like part of the whole mission with El Hongo was like the whole trying to move away from like processed meats. And like, that's where mushrooms come in perfect. Like when I was exposed to like mushrooms, it really like I would say, like once a mind's been expanded, it can't go back to the same shape. And I'm like, wow, like you can really like make something delicious out of mushrooms. And it just genuinely like blew my mind. Like as simple as like trying like a new mushroom, like really just. It changed my life. Like I can't thank it enough for that.
So tell me about your first experience into like, damn, like mushrooms, like depending if they're psychedelic or non-psychedelic, non-psychotropic, right? That's what it's called. But like tell me about like that where you're like, dang, like what was it through like a psychedelic experience that where you're like, oh, mushrooms are it, dude. Like mushrooms can not only like heal you in certain aspects, but also like still feed you.
I would say
it's a loaded question. I don't even know if I know what I.
Well, I mean, for the healing thing, yeah, because I'm like they started at 2 different points.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely got into like the healing aspect of mushrooms. Like,
what came first? Was it the healing first?
Yeah, most certainly.
Okay.
Yeah, because I had like tried them like when I was, I feel like probably like most likely 18, like leading out like 17, 18. But yeah, like straight up, like my uncle was like I got some. He's like, you want it? He's like, you and your homie split the bag. I was like,
really?
I was like, fuck yeah. I was like, we've been wanting to try it. So like me and him, I was like, looking back, I'm like, that was quite a fucking bit of mushrooms. I'm like,
really?
Yeah, but
we all need a family member like that.
Yeah,
we all need a Theo like that. Here's a bag of mushrooms.
Yeah, he's like, I got you. But looking back, I'm like, okay, these were probably like the freaking Thai ones or like Masatex or like these like other small ones like that like don't really get you like as much as other strains like EE. And so like I had like quite a bit of them, and like they were pretty nasty. So I remember like grinding them up. I literally put them in a magazine. Funneled them into my mouth. And, like, drank water, like funneled, like drank water. I was like, that's what I had to do. And like my uncle was like, yeah, he's like, just take them. He's like, and then like you smoke a blunt to get there.
Dang.
And I was like, all right, for sure. And like it was like me and my homie Marco, and like we were just sitting in the garage, my grandma's garage, smoking a blunt with my uncle, and like we started getting like the giggles.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're starting to see the little tweaks, huh? And I was like, yeah. He's like, I see your eyes like moving all over the place. And then like that was when I experienced like spatial distortion for like the first time. Oh yeah. Or like the room started like moving back and like breathing. I was like, oh shit. I was like, this is something else. And then it was like the point where when you just, it's like focusing but not focusing, you like zone out.
Yeah.
You completely like travel. So
Absolutely.
that was the first time I had like experienced that crazy shit. Oh man, that's not even the end of the story shit. Like we went through that for a little bit where I was just like traveling, I guess. That's all I could say. Like looking back, I'm like, yep, I was just phasing in and out. And it was like me and my friend were like, all right, like it's like we should just go to Jack in the Box or something. I was like, I'm kind of hungry. He's like, I'm down. And we like got outside and like the sky was like this like vibrant like blue purple. And like we were both just like, damn, it's like there's so much air out here. It's like, and like we started walking. He's like, why are we walking? He's like, it's so slow. He's like, we should just run. And we was like fucking full on like sprinting. Like he was full on sprinted all the way to like Jack in the Box. Like if you know like Santa Fe Springs, like we were by Santa Fe Springs, or no, what is it? Damn, it's not Jersey Park. What is that? Los Nietos Park. We were right by Los Nietos Park, and we ran all the way to the fucking Jack in the Box, like full sprint. Like didn't stop until we got to like the 99-cent store parking lot. And I was like, damn, got here pretty fast. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, I looked up and I was like, damn, the stars are like so fucking beautiful right now. I was like, we should just like lay down and just look at them for a second. And we laid down with like our heads resting on the speed bump. Like, and then I remember I was like, man, this is really beautiful. And I like looked down. I was like, I started to see like lights. I was like, oh shit. I was like, we should get up. I was like, I think the car's coming. So we got up and it was a fucking cop.
Oh.
He's like, you guys good? And I was like, yeah. I was like, we're just going to Jack in the Box. He's like, all right, be safe.
You're like, dang.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit. He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah. We just walked to Jack in the Box and we were at like anybody that's done like acid, you're just like, damn, like when is this gonna end?
Yeah.
So we were at that. We're just like sitting there with some curly fries on a breakfast jack, just waiting to not trip out. But yeah, that was my first time with like mushrooms.
Damn, dude.
I think I didn't really do them as much. I got more into acid.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got heavily into acid.
Okay.
And then it wasn't until I had like met like one of like another partner that like we were both like more interested in like trying like mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
And I just met like a bunch of people. Like we just like both met like a bunch of people, and I got exposed to like the healing aspect of it. Like some of my friends had done it more like ceremonially that I met, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we do like a I don't know if it was like a full moon or if it was like the spring like equinox or something. Like it was something to like it was like the spring. They were welcoming in the spring pretty much, and my friend Lexus, she was the one that was like she was all about like the medicine and like a healer, and she like really worked with like the medicine, and that was where I even like first heard it called like the medicine and everything, and they really exposed me to like the culture of like oh shit, like I didn't even know that this was like a thing, like you could use it like this, and I have like then I started doing the ceremonies, and it was it's all about like intention. That's where you like really learn that, and yeah, that was definitely, like I said, once the mind's been expanded to a certain point, can't go back. Like, couldn't use mushrooms for like any psychedelic like for fun anymore. Like it was like some kind of fun. Like sometimes like it's more so about like intention. Like like fun could be like, oh, I want to go like on a hike with you, and like we're gonna like do some mushrooms. I'm gonna get like become closer. Like that could be the intention,
right?
And you have a good ass time. You know what I mean? You're joking the whole time, doing whatever. Like that could be the intention, but it was definitely more so like starting to work through shit.
Absolutely.
That was when I got exposed to this shit. Like,
You're like, why am I crying so much?
yeah, that was like when I first heard the words like shadow work and shit like that. And I was like, ugh. I was like, okay, it's like time to address everything.
Yeah,
that's where shit starts getting heavy, and it's like you can either give them two paths. You know, you can either be like, damn, the steak tastes so delicious, even though it's fake, or like you can just start doing the work.
Yeah.
But eventually it's going to cycle back. I was like, that's what it just all became, like aware of the cycles.
Yeah. Putting in the work from what, like your intention. You have your intentions going into, your experience,
mm-hmm.
and then coming out of the experience and working those intentions to like your real life or your everyday life.
That's the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Integration.
But
that's what they call
the game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the beautiful thing of it. And I think that a lot of people don't understand, because we do see psychedelics as like a party thing, right? Or, we're just going to see stuff and I want to see things. And it's like, when you start seeing them in like the medicinal way, or like, quote, like therapeutic or therapy, it's like it just changes it completely. Because I know for me, that's what I thought was like, people just did it to see things and colors, and I was gonna be laughing and I was gonna be like, and then I started crying and I was like, what the fuck am I crying for? Like,
mm-hmm.
and it does, it breaks down this barrier, but it's nice. It is.
It really is.
Yeah. I'm pretty thankful too for those things, because it's so amazing. Like it's truly fucking amazing that there are that is very herbal, that it comes from like the earth, that it's there growing out of fucking nothing, like growing out of like dung sometimes.
Yeah.
And it can have like a huge impact on someone's psyche, like on someone's healing, on not only that mushrooms can be like your food, but they can also be used as like medicines.
Yeah.
How much of like the cuandero stuff have you like looked into? Like I haven't gotten that far, but like
for the other brews, like, like for the, is that what you're saying? Like, or like healers?
Like I'm saying like in the rituals and stuff, because I've never done it like on like I've done like with intention, like on my own, but never like in like a ceremony setting.
Oh, that's definitely like what we would do. Even with some of my other friends, like we definitely would always have like we had like the older homie that he was the plant master.
Mm-hmm.
Or like he was the one that knew how to work with like the other plants. And,
okay.
Yeah, like he'd be one like show you the way, make it a ceremony. But I think when I tried like Aya for the first time, that was like probably like more of like a strict ceremony.
Okay.
Not like strict, but
like a little bit more dogmatic practice to it, you would say?
Yeah, it's just structured. I feel like it was just structured.
Oh, okay.
Like they had it planned out. Like it was like.
And that's what that's what it sounds like too, like from just, Google searching shit and going on YouTube, looking up like ceremonies and stuff for ayahuasca, that it sounds like that. Like it sounds very structured, very dogmatic. Yeah. There's a certain practice to it.
Mm-hmm. I want to experience those though. Those are
yeah.
Because when I did try like Aya, it was definitely it was extremely visual and in a whole nother sense. Like
really,
I've done like quite a bit. Like even like I did like do you know like other strains of like mushrooms even?
Yeah.
So like PE, like penis envy. So I did like 5 grams of penis envy.
Okay.
And that was like
those are pretty
really,
heavy.
Yeah, it was really really visual.
Yeah,
definitely went really deep. But ayahuasca was like. I don't even know. Like, I feel like with mushrooms, you're definitely traveling. You're going on like a journey, as opposed to like ayahuasca really just like lifts
Dang.
like it really just lifts like the veil like right in front of you, and you're like, oh, like yeah, like when that ceremony was pretty bananas.
Damn.
Yeah, like the other people there, they were fucking going through it.
Really?
Like, I was definitely more experienced with like even other brews, like so I'm used to like even like, purging and everything.
So there's other brews besides ayahuasca?
I mean, there's like hundreds of thousands of plants that have DMT in it. So you really just need like the MAIO inhibitor, I think that's what it's called, and a plant.
Yeah.
Like, so I mean, you just mix those two together and then you have a plant medicine.
Yeah.
So there's some that like even some tribes haven't even worked with that like have no lineage. But it's just like a plant that you can use because it has like the DMT properties in it and the inhibitor.
Yeah.
Mix them together and you got magic.
Isn't the also the inhibitor is also like the agent that also has like the receptors for your brain? Do you know that?
I just know that's the one that stops you from digesting DMT.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
It stops you from like digesting it.
Yeah.
But you have to be careful. That's why you're not supposed to eat like dairy or meat, because the fact that you're not like digesting certain things means like stuff with like certain bacteria, like milk and like cheese and like, meat that can like possibly be carried through. Like,
really?
You can either like get sick. Sometimes you can straight up die. I don't know if it's like that serious for some of them, but I know you can get like really sick like for some of them.
Holy shit!
Like I might have been like fed like ghost stories about it, but like, you know what I mean? Like I've definitely heard like just like stick to the diet, because like even then it really is about like the discipline of it too. Like you're just, like I would usually like fast before ceremonies like 2 days, like sometimes, and those are beautiful.
Do you do that with mushrooms too? Like before you go, you do
mushrooms. I would like sometimes I would fast, sometimes I wouldn't. It's more so the other stuff.
Yeah,
like you're gonna purge. So it's like,
oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm like,
and when you say purge, that's
throw up. Yeah, like,
yeah,
that's what it's, yeah.
Or come out the other end, right?
Yeah, I mean, thankfully, I haven't experienced that.
Yeah. I've heard stories of
purge,
yeah.
Like, but I mean, that's why I got used to it. Like, that's why I was even ready for like the whole like ayahuasca one. Like, I was already ready. I brought my own bucket. Like, I was ready. Like, I was ready. I had like my bucket, my blanket. Like, I know the drill.
Yeah.
Like, I know what I'm gonna do. And yeah, sure enough, like started. I had like the first cup, and like it's just like the other. I realized it was very similar to another brew that I did. Like first cup, it just like relaxes my stomach. I'm like, now I can relax. I don't really get too much. Maybe like very light vision. It's not till the second cup where like, you know, it's party time. So just as normal, I took like the second cup, but this was like different. Like I took it and it just felt like it was like stuck. Like I was like, I waited like my 45 minutes to digest. Like I have a whole freaking order of operation I go through before I move on to the next cup. So like, I was like, damn, I was like, I feel like something's blocking. And she's like, oh, she's like, we have another thing for this. Like for like when you're like feeling like an energy blockage.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all right, let's do it. I was like, and I like straight up like drank it for like a split second. And like right away, I was like straight yakking.
Damn.
You know, like purged. It was like such a nice release. I was like, all right, finally. Just like started like deep breathing. But like, I completely forgot to miss out. During like my first cup, like chill moment where I was just like waiting, like relaxing, like the hour or whatever, the person across from me was like going fucking through it. Like,
dang.
They were like, no. They're like, oh my God, like I need to die. Like that's it. Like, oh my God. Like they were fucking going through it. And so some way I always deal with that though is somebody had always told me like, oh, if you like can't handle that, like that's your work for the night. Like that's like you gotta work through that. And now I have like complete like utter compassion for like anytime that goes through. So not to sound mean, but I just like zone it out. I'm just like,
yeah,
yep, that's the drill. I was like, enjoy your ride. So I just remember like they like finally relaxed, and I think they passed out from like screaming so much. And I was just doing like my deep breathing. I was like, ooh, I got the last of it.
Yeah.
I just remember deep breathing. I was like, it's like time to lay down. I was like, it always tells me, it's like time to lay down. I was like, you're good. I was like, rest. And like that was just like slowly. I was like breathing with like each breath. It was like slowing down. It was more so like it was like oh, it's coming off. Oh. And then like slowly it was like I don't even know how to describe it. Like it wasn't like it was beyond, definitely like beyond like whatever like this is. It just felt like it was just like lifted, and I was like in this whole other place, like a whole ass room, and it really was like as like cliche and like stereotypical it was, like there were like these like couple beings, and they just started like showing me shit.
Really?
And like I was just like
literally showing you something.
Like showing me something, and I was just like, okay. I was like, I don't know what this is. And I started like, I'm like through like journeying like as much as you do, like you start to get like a grasp of like how to navigate like these areas. So like I was like, oh, it's this, it's like it's something like this. And I was like, oh, it's like stop. I was like, you're just trying to attach meaning to like every single thing you see. I was like, stop. I was like, relax. I was like, breathe. I was like, experience. And as soon as they were just like, I felt like they were just like, good job. And they put that one away, and then they bring out another one. And you're just like playing games with them. Like, and like, that's all it was. Like, I was just like, okay. I was like, next one. I was like, okay. I was like, I don't know what these are, but like, it's like, you have to like pass these like tests. Like, and like, that's pretty much like all I had. And I like went to this, definitely was like a little like purgatory spot where I was like stuck in like this space. And it was my time to deal with like the person that was next to me. That was like, she was just like laying there. She was just like, oh my God, that is so terrifying. Wow. Oh my God, that is so terrifying. Wow. Like I was like, okay. I was like, I could deal with the screaming crazy person, but the person that is just super calm saying, wow, this is terrifying. I'm like, okay, that kind of, he got me. I was like, okay. And I had to work through that for a little bit. And then I started going somewhere, and I was like, oh, I think I have to pee.
Damn.
So I was like, I know if I get up, I was like, I'm not gonna be able to come back. And like, sure enough, I got up, went pee, came back, and I was like, it's over. I was like, I can either drink the next cup, but it's like 5 a.m. So I'm like,
damn.
I was like, I should probably rest.
So in like real time, how long was that your experience?
I don't even know.
No. Isn't that crazy how time is just not a what?
Yep. For some reason, with like mushrooms, like I can tell.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, okay, that was definitely
maybe
like, I could piece together like segments of the journey.
Yeah.
As opposed to this, like I said, it was just howdy. Like,
damn.
I don't know what happened. I just know like I always tell people like, what was it? I even made a meme about it the next fucking day, just because it was so like, I didn't even know. I even talked about it like you have like an integration circle.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just like, oh, everybody's like, how's your experience? And they're like, oh, I saw all this like stuff. I went to like a past life. I was like, these guys just showed me some shit, and I didn't know what to do.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like that. And like, the only thing I got out of it was like, you know what I mean? Like using my intention or like, my intuition to like, be like, okay, like this is right. This is wrong. Like, don't do this. I was like, you know what happens when you don't? I'm like, I know. Like,
yeah.
Did you do that ceremony here, or did you travel somewhere else to do it?
Yeah, I was here.
Here? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did that one here. So it was local.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, the freaking meme was like you seen like next Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like when it was like when the interdimensional beings like show me objects I can't comprehend, and it was that guy like I can't get jiggy to this shit. I was like, I don't know how to process this, so I'm gonna make a joke about it.
Usually that's my first thing. I got to make a joke of it.
Yeah, but they told me like the main person that ran it, the healer, she was saying like, she's like, oh, like you definitely probably got more of like a cleansing. She's like, usually like, he's like, you're welcome to come back like tonight. He's like, and do like the next round. And I was like, I can't. I was like, I gotta go pick up my boo at like the airport. You know?
Yeah.
I'm like, as much as I want to.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, there's some ceremonies that you go like up to like 3 days, right?
Yeah. That's what I want to go experience. Those are the ones that like, you know, you talk about like the real healers.
Yeah, I think like when I start, or when my first experience. I would like to experience something like that. Like I've never experienced DMT. I don't like smoking it or drinking like a ayahuasca brew. So I don't know. Like, what would you suggest? Have you smoked it before? Have you smoked DMT?
I haven't. But like one of my I've had like quite a few friends that have done it. And,
what do they prefer? The brew or the?
Yeah, I mean the brew is just more ceremonial.
Yeah. Okay.
You go through it. Like
I want to go through it.
It's the whole process of like purging. Yeah, I mean, for me, like the first time I had done it, I was like, I don't know about like throwing up. I was like, that's kind of embarrassing. I'm like, I feel weird about like just throwing up in front of people. Now I'm like, I'm like, how's your night going? Like,
yeah.
No, I was like, yeah, I don't mind. Like, but like it really is like the whole. Even if you do like the fasting, it's the whole like you're like anytime you get a little hungry, like you just remind yourself like we're preparing ourselves. What's our intention? You know what I mean? Like all right. And like when you get there, you're like. You're ready. You're just you spent this whole time like just like preparing yourself, and then you drink the brew. You go through it. You like purge, and like once you like finally like release and your body's like done, like it's like giving up all of like the gross stuff that's like been like bottled up in like your body. It like releases all that, cleans it all out, and then it's like all right. Like the medicine's just like time to relax.
It's something about that. It's something about that visceral response of vomiting that just does something to your psyche before and after, or even during your experience. You know, like there was a couple of times where, I'd be already going to that that mushroom space, and I'm like, I gotta fucking throw up, dude. I gotta vomit, right? So I mean, I release it all. And I feel fucking amazing after. It's like I had to do that. Like, I don't know if it was just like the whole action of just like, something coming out of my body, or just like the whatever it was. It made me feel better.
I think that one is definitely like for the mushrooms specifically, or actually both of them. I mean, you're like technically in a sense poisoning your body.
You are.
So your body's response is just like,
get the fuck out.
Like, nah. So yeah. So I feel it. So it's definitely like a really like a release after you're done, like you said. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, it's good.
It's good. And then from there, dude, it's just like it's liftoff, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Houston Elvis has left the building.
Gonzo.
Yeah. But that's fucking rad, dude. We gotta talk off air about that. That's fucking awesome.
I've been called to do it again. I haven't been doing it as much. It's because I've been on a grind. But
yeah,
it calls you. You know what I mean? Like it calls you. Like
it does.
Once you start working with it, it's like, oh, it's time. It's like he's like, it's more so like, I feel like it's just meeting yourself again. You're just like, all right, like let's check our progress.
Yeah,
and you're like what's been going on.
It's so strange too, because like when you're in like that space, dude, and you're just like, I've been here before. It's so weird. Like I've had that super crazy weird realization even too with LSD, and it's just like I've been here for like 1,000 years. Like I've had that weird experience. You know what I mean? Like there's this weird experience where you're like, I'm a light being. Like I'm not human. I'm fucking something else. Like I'm. There's more to life than just what this is. And I think that's just the strangest thing.
I mean, that's it's the universe talking to itself,
right?
So it's like, because I had like, I feel like I had that like that feeling, but I got like a whole nother perspective of it. Like when I did the 5Gs of like PE, like the only reason I didn't like that is because it was like a really visually intense like experience, but I didn't bring anything back. Like I didn't bring back like my intention. Like I didn't bring back like any good like lessons as much. Like the only thing I did bring back was when I was starting to like, it felt like just like fall through like back to like where I was. Like it was just like coming to me like, and like, oh shit, like just like where am I like trying to go? And it's like, oh, I want to be like here. And it was more so just like, holy shit, like I chose to be here. I was like, I chose this, like this existence. It's like, holy shit, like I chose this. I was like, that's why I've like seen this before. I was like, because now I know I chose this. I was like, instead of just being like, why have I like been here before? It's like, because you're like, you need to like realize that like you're supposed to be here. Like you chose this.
Damn.
Like where are you gonna go with this? Like now that you know like you chose this, what is your intuition telling you? And that's what like the medicine, I feel like, just like when you like get that little like trick, like little tip, you're just like, oh, like your intuition is like your higher self, like something like, you know what to do, like you got it, just like you got it.
Yeah.
And like that just gets stronger with like these games and these tests that you do, like when you're going in these spaces. Like sometimes like with other medicines, I've noticed it's like child's games. Like the first time I did the one of the other brews, it was like, I always talk about it. It was called like the Serpent's Game. And it was just this crazy like wooden stone like board game, but it was like you're in it. It was like Mousetrap, but it was like more complex. And like you would go in these rooms and you would like have these like experiences, and it's like, you know, like what's like the right choice, and it's like stuff that's coming up to you. And when you're just like, nah, I don't need to fix that. Like, fuck that. I was like, nah, it's cool. I was like, next. I was like, whatever. And I was like, nah. And like, we'd be listening to chants. So the chants would just get more intense, and they would get like cycle. Like you would just be like going and be like, are you sure? And be like, this is what you want to choose? And be like, yeah, like, fuck that. And be like, nah, I'm not going to change that. And then just like, it's more intense and more intense. You're just like, and then you finally, it's just like, is this really like what the fuck you want? And I'm just like, and then like, it's just like, and you finally like submit, you like break, and you're just like, no, like I'll choose the right thing. Like, okay. And then I just hear like this like wooden like door just like shh, like slide open, and you just like go on to the next one. And it's just like, good job. Like, and it's just like, I've noticed it's just like, they're always just games, like telling you. Like the last one that I had done with like that brew, I was in this like, I had gone to this like really smoky place, and there were these another like really beautiful chants that were going down, and they were like really like heavy, like tribal, like stuff like that. And I was like, I just felt like the energy like zipping through. I was like, where the fuck do I know this? I was like, I know what this is. I was like, and it sounds super crazy, but like that so that first board game, anytime I'd like realize, I'm like, holy shit, this is a game. I'm like, it's just a fucking game. It would pull me out, and I'd be in front of this snake, and it'd be like, he's like, you're not supposed to know it's a game. I was like, just play the game, just experience. He's like, and then I would just go back, and I wouldn't be aware it was a game again. And I would just be like going through the cycles and the chants again. So when I went the last time I had like done it, like it was more so like me like trusting that like that intuition, because it was just like, it's like, you know what this is. I was like, you know who this is. And I was like, oh shit, it's you. I was like, it's the fucking snake. I was like, yeah. He's like, that's what you got. You have that like vibe check in you. He's like, that like you can apply to anything in life. He's like, if this isn't really like truly like coming from like love, he's like, you know, like he's like you have the power. He's like, you have the power to know that this is wrong and not coming from a place of love. And it's like you got that power, use it. He's like, you just showed me right now. He's like, no matter like, even if you can't see, no matter how much smoke is in the way, he's like, you know the way to go. He's like, as long as it's through love. I'm like, I was like, beautiful. Yeah. So I was super grateful.
Whoa. So, I mean, from there, like how, like you described your realization of how, like, what the serpent was, what that board game was. Like, did you immediately find out? Like, did you immediately come to that realization, or was it like a few days?
It was like, oh no, that was, I'd like, when I was like in the experience, that was when I realized it was a game. And I would be taken out, and I'd be in front of the snake and be like, you're not supposed to know.
How do you even interpret that?
You just experience it.
Yeah.
And that's what it taught me to do. It was just like, stop trying to attach meaning to every single thing. Experience it first, then like be like, okay, like what was this really showing me? You like always have your intention as your guide. It's your arrow. Use it, and you know what I mean? Just experience. Have that intention with your heart. The medicine's gonna take you and like take your hand. Like just make sure you're experiencing, like fully, like you're fully present when you're experiencing. You're not just trying to be like, oh, this is this. Oh, okay, this means this. Like this means like no. Like just breathe.
Damn.
Just stop, breathe, experience, and let the medicine work. Like it's gonna do what it's gonna do regardless. Like surrender and breathe. And the medicine got you.
Damn.
It always has you.
Damn, dude. My machine elves are gonna have a lot of work to do when I take it.
They told me when you smoke the DMT, it's like a straight limpia. Like it's like there's like you just feel like freaking
Olympia,
like a limpia, like a clean, like a cleansing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like, and I was like, oh shit, like, I was like, that sounds wild. I hear so many different stories about smoking it, so I'm like,
yeah,
if it comes to me, it comes to me, but I'm not looking for it.
See, that's how I was with the mushrooms, and I think that's how I am with the DMT, with the 5-DMO DMT. That's or any type. I think the mushrooms falling into my lap just like a few years ago, like it was just out of pure luck, and just every other couple times was pure luck, you know. And I think if I don't know, I really don't know at this point, but yeah, exactly. If it's gonna fall into my lap or if it's gonna, you know,
it's no coincidence.
Exactly.
It's trying to find you.
It'll happen, right? Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It's all connected.
Yeah. That whole thing too is like, oh, it's all connected. Like we're all one. It's love is
that's mushrooms. That's the mycelial web. That is the like the mushrooms, the fruit and body, but everything is connected.
Yeah.
Through the mycelium. And that's us. It's like everything's connected.
Yeah.
By the web.
I always feel like you even talking about your experiences, like I feel like maybe we don't understand fully, but we understand, right? And we don't think like, oh, you're crazy. Oh, you saw those things, right? Because I haven't been using mushrooms for a long time, but I remember after the first time I used it, I tried to tell like my friend, like, oh my God, it's amazing, you know? Mm-hmm. And she was just like, are you okay? Like, are you going to be okay? Like, and I just felt so crazy telling her what I had experienced and that I had seen like,
some crazy shit.
I seen like what's it called? The pyramid, like, but the Aztec pyramid, like, come out of like my sister's pool.
Oh,
and I was like, oh. And my friend was just like, are you serious? Like, are you okay? And I was like, no, but it wasn't scary. I'm trying to explain to people, right? But it's just, you can't explain without sounding crazy. But once you experience it, you're like,
yeah,
I fucking get it. Like,
I mean, that's why right away I was like, you guys have done it? I was like, I can talk crazy then. I was like, you already know what's up.
But it took what? It took like me talking about psychedelics for 3.5 years. Yeah. Right, Amber? Yeah. It after every experience was just like,
I was just like scared. It was scary to put yourself through something like that or be vulnerable or even see the things that you see. But once you do it, it's like, it's not scary. Like you just take what you experience and what you do. And I think that's the nice part of doing it with intent is like, you don't just do it to like trip out and you see colors. Cause mine aren't as visual. It's more like inside my brain and things connect and things make sense. And I work through whatever I'm feeling at that time.
It's the downloads.
Yeah. And what also helps is, reading something, like picking up a book about psychedelics or picking up a book about mushrooms. You pointed out Michael Pollan. Have you read his book, How to Change Your Mind?
No.
It's a really good read, dude.
Yeah.
It took me like a week. It's a fat fucking book, dude. It took me like a week to get through that, and I was just reading nonstop. Another good, that one. It goes through. It talks about like all these different. I don't know if is that the omnivore's dilemma. No, omnivore's dilemma. That's something totally different. But he has How to Change Your Mind, and then he also has another book. Can we look up his books? Because I didn't fully get through the last one that he wrote, but that one is all about like plants, like even like the cocoa bean, on the history of caffeine and poppy seeds and the weird laws between poppy seed, because we can grow fucking poppy flowers just like in a field. But once you start
processing it,
once you start, processing it, trying to make heroin, like then it becomes illegal. Like he goes through all that stuff. This is Your Mind on Plants. I still got to get through that one, but Michael Pollan dives deep into 3 plant drugs: opium, caffeine, and mescaline, and throws the fundamental strangeness and arbitrariness of our thinking about them into sharp relief. Whoa. This is a great read. This one and How to Change Your Mind.
I'll have to check that out.
Both great.
Is that his right there too? The In Defense of Food, the Myth of Nutrition and the Pleasure?
Scroll down.
Oh, yeah, that's him too.
Yeah, he is awesome, dude.
Let's check How to Change Your Mind.
There's that one. I first got into him because he has it's not like a manual, but it's just like on how to eat food rules. There we go. And he talks about like what we were talking about at the top of this, about like the food pyramid, how that's all fucked in this country. Yeah. He talks about like how we're not great guy when it comes to like eating healthier and choosing better options. That eating manual is just like, it's like a day by day kind of like, okay, day 1 you do this, or things to look out for. Don't. He has this concept in that book about supermarkets and how certain aisles are placed in certain areas of the markets to capitalize on
stuff on it. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And he goes into like why some restaurants use different colors to make you know,
like the orange and red, or yellow for hungry. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
that shit's crazy.
Yeah, when you think of yellow and red, like fucking McDonald's, dude, or Burger King, the black, the white, and the orange, dude. Wendy's. It's all those fucking crazy places.
Psychology.
Great guy, dude, but awesome fucking book. I have to find it. Maybe I'll let you borrow it, dude.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm
but
like
remind me, dude,
2
because
books in, so I'm like,
oh, you have books? Okay.
Yeah, because I'm finishing like the Dhammapada right now, and then In the Realm of Hungry Ghosts.
Oh, okay.
You ever heard like Gabor Mate?
Mm-mm.
Oh man,
pull him up. What's this guy's name?
This is my idol. Like, he's like you want to talk about healing?
We talked about my idol right now. Michael Pollan's one of my idols, and who's
Gabor Mate.
Gabor Mate.
Yeah.
How do I spell that?
Gabor. There he is.
Gabor Mate. He's Hungarian. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's this guy. I've seen him talk on certain on different things. Okay.
Yeah, he's a freaking legend. Like, he's such a beautiful soul, full of love, full of compassion, full of healing. Like, I'm reading like In the Realm of Hungry Ghosts.
Okay.
Like, that's like there.
Oh, there. So what is that one about? What have you
That one's about like trauma and addiction.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I definitely got into him when I was still like going to school for psychology, because I was going to be doing that, like clinical psychology.
Really?
And then I had like wanted to move towards more like a trauma and addiction care, like even doing like psychology for that because of him. I'm like, wow, this is like the baseline of like what's going down right now. That's like the people that really need some love, like the trauma. And it was mainly like about like drug addicts, like people that are like have like experienced like extreme addictions, like extreme traumas, and how like the trauma is what really like made like facilitated all of this. Yeah, like one of his most beautiful things that helped me like in my life so much, when it was the question was like, what good did this addiction do for you? And that was like really transformative, because I was like going through it. Like, I was going through like substance abuse, and like marijuana, even like quite a bit. Like, it was and I really like asked myself when I was trying to do like shadow work, and like it was like, okay, like it was like, what good did this do for me? I'm like, what's like the good stuff it did for me? And I'm like, okay, like it gave me like It gave me like confidence. Like it gave me like a set of ease, like a relax. And it's like, okay, where in my childhood did I not get these that I had to look for it in something else? And that's where like the work. That's why I was like, I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, this is the work. I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay. I'm like, where? I was like, that's when you start doing like the trauma, because it's like that's where it comes from, in the realm of, like, you're trying to feed. It comes from the realm of hungry ghosts, is like from a Japanese saying about these like ghosts that would like have a never ending hunger, like a large belly and like a small mouth, and they were never able to fill it. And that's like the addiction. Like you keep on trying to like fill it, but you just can't get like enough. Like there's like, you can only fit so much. And like that's what he talks about.
Damn, dude.
So like that question was like the thing that was like really transformative for me. I was like, okay, like, so trauma is like where it like stems from. That's what made me like wanna. That's what got me on that whole journey.
Whoa.
But I'm down for Michael Pollan now too, because he's more like nutrition, and I'm actually like switching the major. I might do like a double, but like it's going towards like being a nutritionist now.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like really interested.
Oh, you're going to school right now?
I'm probably gonna go back. I like stopped when COVID hit. Like I was going full time, straight A's and B's.
Damn.
And then just went online, and I was like, "This is what I paid for."
Yeah, dude, it's it's totally different, because like I was working full time. I had a full time position, full time salaried manager, and then once COVID hit, I decided, I was like, you know what, I want to go back to school. Let me try it. So I did. I did that for like about 1.5 years, right, Amber? And I studied psychology. I took some courses that I wanted to take, rock and roll history, stuff like that. But majority of the classes were in writing and psychology. And through studying, psychology online stuff, I was also going through that psychedelia, picking up Michael Pollan books and learning about mushrooms and the brain, simultaneously studying, the history of psychedelics, but also getting a college type of, course into psychology. It was fun. Like I had a great time just going, doing the online thing, and then going through my own, going through it, through my own psychedelic experience journey. I would say during COVID, right? Yeah. And then that's where like I decided, it was like at the beginning of starting the podcast, that's what it was going to be about. It was just going to be like psychedelic stuff, and then it did this weird transformation. Like it's still transforming now. Like all this, like right now, like what we're experiencing right now is totally different than what I had plans for. But it is what it is, and I'm having a great time no matter what. Yeah,
that's what's up.
Fucking crazy.
Following that light. That's what's it.
Wherever it takes us, right? And then Amber's here helping me, and she fucking elevated this stuff.
That's right.
So she's back there. She's blushing probably.
Nah, I'm not. I know what I did. No, it's fine.
That's right. You said know your worth.
Yeah, know your worth.
That's right.
But dude, so like what's next for you now? Like you got your pop-ups, you're grinding. What's the next step? What's in the future for El Hongo?
For El Hongo, I would say in about 3 months we're gonna be at Vegan Playground, like consistently, and then we're also gonna be popping up. I wouldn't say like also like every. I'm not sure if it'll be every single time, but like I said, I think I told you guys we had that the once a month, the first Sunday of the month for plant-based Aslan. That's the one that we like.
Can you pull up his video, dude? That fucking production on that video, dude, is
the homie Charlie.
Awesome.
Shout out to the homie Charlie.
There, yeah.
How's everything tasting like?
It is incredibly delicious. What did you do to season or marinate this meat?
That's not. It's actually mushrooms.
It's Mushrooms?
Mushrooms.
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 I'm in the background too in the hat.
Mushrooms.
Mushrooms.
Mushrooms. Mushrooms.
Shout out Angel City Michael. I'm in the back too.
Oh, this one right here. Oh man, I totally missed putting it on the screen.
But that's fine. Yeah,
We heard it.
we heard it, but you can also go to his Instagram page at _L Hongo on Instagram. Yeah. To go check it out. And all the links are going to be in the show description for that. But Mo, it was nice talking to you, man.
So like
this was fucking cool, dude. You awesome. You got to come back.
Let me know.
You got to come back and we'll set that up. But go ahead and tell us about El Hongo.
I would say coming up soon, Mondays and Tuesdays. You can catch us in LA. We're gonna be popping up in a restaurant, so we'll be like consistently there. For Sundays, catch us at Plant Based Aslan, and then Slice Slick and Sundays. Every second Sunday, that one's gonna be popping off. That one I'm also hosting too, so gonna be DJing, having a bunch of fun.
There we go.
Slanging the tacos, pulled pork sandwiches, all the goodies. So pull up, try some of our new dishes.
We want to definitely try it.
Yeah.
Oh, we got
that's on our list.
We got a lot more dishes coming up too down the pipeline.
Damn.
Look at that.
Delicious.
Look at that.
Just
mushrooms.
Mushrooms.
Now my mouth just got like super watery.
I'm gonna make some at home right now.
There we go.
Warm my soul.
That's cool.
That's awesome, man. Dude, thanks for stopping by and talking to us.
Thanks for
and
having me.
Yeah, all the links to Mo's stuff is going to be down in the show description. Thanks for watching on YouTube. You guys are watching. I fucking see you guys. You guys are watching. Just subscribe to the channel. All right? Subscribe. If you're listening on Apple Music, don't forget to rate and leave us a nice review. Or a bad review, but mostly nice. And if you're on Spotify, give us 5 stars. And follow us on at the Mind Buzz. We got some cool stuff going on this month. And thanks, guys. We got my open mic on the 23rd? 23rd. And an art show. Peace out.
The Mind Buzz.
Thanks, Mo. Appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
Bye-bye, everybody. I love you.
Thanks for listening to the Mind Buzz podcast. Subscribe to the Mind Buzz YouTube channel and watch full podcast episodes. Keep up with the hosts, guests, and upcoming events by following the Mind Buzz on Instagram at the Mind Buzz. See you on the next one.